Yeah, I got my hair done. Thank you for asking. Hi, everybody. It's trying to do this thing where I'm like consistent with my uploads. It's been 3 Wednesdays in a row. It's Tuesday today. Tomorrow's gonna be my 4th, hopefully. So it's witching hours. It's time to panic film a video, which means you're just gonna watch me talk in this position for however long. Okay, so today I thought I would talk about the things that I use as a photographer every day. I have notes because I'm not all there up here, you know what I mean? Other than my camera equipment, you can watch the video in the description below if you would like to see that. There are a bunch of things that I use every day as a photographer. So the first and most important thing I think I need as a photographer, other than my camera equipment, is my laptop. I have a MacBook Pro, the 16-inch one from last year. Do not recommend it. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, it always sounds like an airplane is taking off. The fan is always going, it's always hot. I've burnt my legs a couple of times having it on my lap. It's a disaster, but it does what I need it to do, and honestly, I'm not gonna go sell that and buy another one because I'm stubborn and I don't wanna believe that I made a wrong choice with my life. So yeah, I use my laptop for everything. I use it for editing, obviously, communication, obviously, everything. I don't know, whatever a laptop does, that's what I use it for. I don't want you to come at me for using a laptop as my main computer instead of a desktop. I understand it's better to use a desktop like ergonomically and whatever, but I like having a laptop because I can sit on my couch and edit, or I can sit at a desk and edit, or I can go to a coffee shop and edit, but really it's just so I can sit on a couch and edit because that's all I've really done this past year and a half thanks to COVID. And also the fact that I'm lazy. All right, moving on. The next thing that I use basically every day is my card reader. So my laptop does only have Type-C ports. So I have a dongle that I use to plug my memory cards into. So I can put the photos on my computer and edit them, obviously. We'll see if I could find a photo of it and put it here. This is the dongle that I use. I hope that I'm actually showing it. The next thing that I have that I use all the time is my SSDs. So I used to use the Lacy hard drive. It's the HDD hard disk drive, the one with the orange rubber thing, because I was like, oh, it's rugged, it's supposed to last forever. Let me tell you a story. It fucking doesn't. I've had my hard drives die on me, 2 of them within a few months. One of them had everything on it. It was a couple of years ago, really tragic, had everything on it, and I was like, oh, no worries, like I've edited all the sessions on there, like I'm sure the clients aren't gonna ask for the RAWs, it's gonna be okay, whatever. So I bought an extra one. I was on a trip and I was shooting for some people, and in the middle of us picking our selects, the hard drive died. So that sucked. I don't believe that hard drive, I don't think HDDs are ever good, because of those 2 experiences that I had within 2 months of each other. So now I use the Samsung SSDs. They're way more reliable, way more durable, and smaller. So yes, they are a bit more expensive, but it's worth it because you won't lose any of your footage, photos, whatever you use an SSD for. Other than the physical things that I use for my photography business, I use a lot of software. So the first thing that I use is Honeybook. Honeybook is this online thing that I have. It's like a monthly subscription, and basically what it's for is it's to like send out contracts and invoices. On Honeybook, basically what you do is like create a project, and then you can send out contracts, invoices, or proposals, which are basically a contract and invoice in one. It has like contract templates for you. But I made my own, and you can actually get your clients to electronically sign a contract just on Honeybook through a link that will get emailed to them. And then also they have invoicing, so you can get them to pay via credit card online through Honeybook, which is fantastic, super easy. They do take a cut, but I think that it's great to have the ease of use with HoneyBook. I'm down to let them take some of my money if it means my clients will actually pay me on time. One of the other things that they have with their invoicing is autopay and gratuity. I turn my gratuity off, but that's like for another conversation. But autopay is great because then the client pays their deposit and then they don't have to think about it again. You don't have to chase them for their money. So yeah, HoneyBook, absolutely fantastic. I use it all the time for every project I ever do. Okay, what do I have next? Oh, G Suite. That makes sense. So I have G Suite, Google for Business. I got G Suite so I can have a personalized email address. I didn't want to have malumifphotography@gmail.com or whatever it was. My business email is hello@malumifphotography.com, and I was able to do that through G Suite. G Suite is, all I use it for is emails and no, not even calendar stuff. I use HoneyBook for my calendar stuff. That's another thing with HoneyBook. HoneyBook, when you do book projects, you can connect your G Suite to it, and I have my phone connected to it, and it just automatically puts the projects in my calendar, so I don't have to put it in myself. That's really cool. I feel like I'm getting confused. Okay, HoneyBook, and then there's G Suite, which was for emails and personalized email. That's cool. Okay, what's the next thing I use? QuickBooks. I just started using QuickBooks this year. After the fiasco of trying to figure out my taxes in 2020, my accountant said that I was no longer allowed to do that, whatever I did last year, because it was a fucking nightmare. And so I got QuickBooks. QuickBooks is another subscription-based software that helps with accounting. So I've connected my bank accounts to QuickBooks, and I'm able to track my mileage. I am able to upload my receipts so I can, connect my expenses with the receipts. And basically my accountant is also signed into my QuickBooks, and she can do the number thing, and then she won't hate me for tax season this year. I find it super helpful. I am very bad at tracking my mileage and uploading my receipts, which was literally the whole point of me getting it. I have a pile of receipts on my desk, but basically what I do is just like rapid fire take photos of all of them, and then I try once a month to connect all of the receipts to the expenses that are connected on my credit card, if that makes sense. So yeah, QuickBooks, fantastic for your business when you use it properly, which is something I will do this year. Sorry, Tanya. So another software that I use is another monthly subscription-based software. I use Squarespace for my websites. I only have one. I can't be bothered to build my own website, so Squarespace is fantastic. All I really use it for is to upload my most recent work. I have a little About Me page on there so people can see my face, I guess, because that's important to know, I guess. And then I also have an inquiries section. So if you like what you see on my website, you can contact me through the contact form, which is also connected to HoneyBook. HoneyBook has everything, does everything. It had a contact form template for me, so basically I put the HTML code or something into my Squarespace, and then when people through my website send an inquiry, it goes to my HoneyBook, and then I just do the thing through there. HoneyBook is fantastic. All these apps, fantastic. I don't know what I'd do without them, except for maybe QuickBooks. I'd just give my accountant a headache. Once again, sorry, Tanya. I love you. One of the last things that I use, which is obviously the most important as a photographer, I guess, is Adobe Suite. So I have the monthly subscription, of course, for photographers, which is Photoshop, Lightroom, and Bridge. I don't ever use Bridge. Don't really get it. I'm sure I could learn, but I don't want to. But I do use Lightroom and Photoshop for every session ever. Definitely Lightroom, most of the time Photoshop. So I do all of my color adjustments in Lightroom, and I'll even use the brush tool for some stuff. If there are things like people that I need to remove from the photo, or I need to do some high-end retouching for headshots or something like that, then I'll move my project or my photos into Photoshop and do my stuff there, but I never really color edit in Photoshop. It's just so much easier to do in Lightroom. I do have a preset that I had made for myself just so I can have consistency throughout all of my galleries and to make my life easier. And so I just will basically call my images and then I'll sync all of those photos and then do manual adjustments for each photo when it makes sense. Do you know what I mean? I guess the next thing and the last thing that I use, which is like, I don't know, feels like a given, is Instagram. I use Instagram to connect with my clients every day. I'm really bad at posting lately. I do have, okay, so I also use Planoly, which is an Instagram feed planning app. So basically what I have in there is all the photos that I've taken. It shows me what like the last 9 photos that I have uploaded onto my feed look like, and then all of the photos that I will or that I can post next. There are other features on it, but I just use the free, whatever the base free one, just so I can see what my feed will look like, because I want to have some sort of consistency, some sort of theme to it. So I use Planoly, and then I upload to Instagram and I talk to my clients through that. And I get a lot of my clients through the Vancouver photographer hashtag, if not through referral, which I think is like my number one, is referral, repeat client, and then the Vancouver photographer hashtag, which still blows my frickin' mind to this day. Like, you just searched up Vancouver photographer and saw my work and was like, yeah, I'll hire you, and that's the basis of it. You just, what if I was creepy or weird? I guess you'd find out at the shoot, and at that point it's too late because you've already paid me, but yeah, those are all of the things that I use as a photographer every day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and especially my new hair, because I think it's pretty freaking cool. I still have some dye on my scalp, but look at that. She's no longer a split dye. This is what I like to think. My split dye, hot dog, this guy, hamburger. All right, so subscribe. Wish you could see the rest of my room, honestly. Just trash. But everything in frame, stunning. Especially right here. Chef's kiss, beautiful. Okay, subscribe. Million kisses for you. For subscribing. If you didn't subscribe, I take them back. You know what I mean? Subscribe.